Welcome. This video is the first in a miniseries on foreign trade zone support in SAP Global Trade Services. In this first episode, we will cover the concepts of FTZ and lay the foundation for system demos in the 4 follow-on episodes. Let us begin by reviewing some of the benefits of foreign trade zone support in GTS. First, it will enable a reduction in duty costs associated with the import of goods and components. It will reduce expenses associated with operating in an FTZ through system automation. And finally, your business can improve data accuracy through full integration with the back-end system of record. As there are some terminology and processes to be explained, this episode will be heavy to digest, so please feel free to pause, rewind and rewatch. A foreign trade zone of the United States is a geographical area in or around a United States port of entry, where domestic and foreign commercial merchandise receives the same customs treatment it would if it were outside the commerce of the United States. These particular geographic areas are under the supervision of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection under the United States Homeland Security Council. Access to an FTZ is restricted to persons who have passed a screening process. All visitors to an FTZ need to produce a valid picture identification and have a legitimate purpose for being there. Visitors should be escorted whenever possible. Any changes in the workforce should be reported to U.S. Customs as soon as possible, within 10 days. FTZ is not a recent invention. The Foreign Trade Zones program was created by the Foreign Trade Zones Act of 1934. The first FTZ opened on February 1, 1937, on Staten Island, New York City. Today, there are more than 230 foreign trade zones and nearly 400 subzones in the United States. Companies operating in an FTZ can achieve significant benefits. For instance, it may provide simpler and faster customs clearance since customs clearance can be done inland, and merchandise can move directly to the FTZ. In addition, unlike in a customs warehouse, goods can stay indefinitely in an FTZ, providing increased flexibility. Speaking about flexibility. In a customs warehouse, activities can be pretty restricted. In an FTZ, on the other hand, a product can be stored, sampled, salvaged, repackaged, processed, displayed, repaired, destroyed, manipulated, assembled, manufactured, tested, cleaned, relabeled, mixed and kitted. In addition to the increased flexibility, an FTZ also represents exciting opportunities for duty exemptions and deferrals. Goods imported into an FTZ can delay any duty until it again exits the zone. This also applies when goods are stored and processed. If the goods or finished product is exported, no duty will ever be paid. The same applies if the goods in the zone are scrapped, no duty will ever be paid. For goods sold or consumed in the U.S., we have 2 possible scenarios. Since no duty is applied on the added value in the zone or since the duty rates for the overall finished good may be lower than the duty rate of the parts, also referred to as inverted tariffs, companies may benefit from a reduced duty rate. Since no duty is applied on the added value in the zone or since the duty rates for the overall finished good may be lower than the duty rate of the parts, also referred to as inverted tariffs, companies may benefit from a reduced duty rate. While in the FTZ, products can be kept in different statuses. Privileged foreign status locks in the duty rate at the time and condition when the goods are brought into the FTZ. Non-privileged foreign status allows the duty rate applicable to a product entered into an FTZ to float, and be determined according to the condition of the merchandise, and duty rates in effect, when it is withdrawn from the FTZ. Domestic merchandise may be admitted to a zone without a permit, and also removed from a zone without a permit if it has not been combined with any other merchandise of any other status. A product must meet one of the following criteria to be considered domestic: grown, produced or manufactured in the United States with all internal revenue taxes, if applicable, being paid. Previously imported merchandise with all internal revenue taxes has been paid. Merchandise previously admitted free of duty. Products can be moved to zone-restricted status for the sole purpose of either exportation or destruction. Zone-restricted merchandise cannot be changed or brought back into the customs territory without the specific permission of the Foreign Trade Zones Board on a case-by-case review. In Episode 2 of this miniseries, we will explore the direct delivery option for putting duty-unpaid goods into an FTZ. In Episode 3, we will explore the border-cleared option for putting duty-paid goods into an FTZ. Episode 4 will show how domestic and duty-paid goods can be transferred into an FTZ. In the 5th and final episode, we will step it up and go through an end-to-end scenario covering the import of components, production and later export of the finished goods. Let us end by repeating some of the benefits of foreign trade zone support in GTS. First, It will enable a reduction in duty costs associated with the import of goods and components. It will reduce expenses associated with operating in an FTZ through system automation. And finally, your business can improve data accuracy through full integration with the back-end system of record. The views, information or opinions expressed are solely those of the individuals involved and not those of the individual's employer, or any other group or individual. Thanks a lot for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe. More videos like this are coming shortly. See you then.